fishermen and scientists have got to work together to help our own cause and to help the scientists out to understand that we do fish sustainably. As I said, I've got a son who's 18 years old who works with me on my boat, so it's not just for me who's got to get another 20 years out of it. We're looking at the longer picture of 40 years for a sustainable fishery that we know we've got. Hopefully the scientific proof will come through that it is a sustainable fishery.
Fisheries management is really about human behaviour. It's nothing to do with the biology of the fish stocks. And we have to find ways of getting fishermen to fish responsibly, I suppose. And one way, I think the main way that that's got to be done is by persuading the fishermen that it's in their interest to control what they, or to regulate what they do, and not to try to get around every regulation that exists, which is what they have often done in the past. We want to know whether the rate of movement of crabs into and out of the area has an effect on the catches. The idea is to integrate fishers' knowledge about crab distributions and biology, I suppose, with what's been gathered scientifically both in the past and recently.
My name's Emma Pearson. I'm from the University of Leicester and I'm a scientist working on the GAP2 project. The practical side of the field work entails me going to sea 8 times a month, weather depending, on 8 different boats, and I go out of the ports of Salcombe and Dartmouth in South Devon, and as the pots come on board the boat I literally do a tally chart to what's in the pot, so whether it's male, female, what crab was caught, discarded, and any sort of bycatch that was found. Before this project I hadn't worked with any fishermen. Usually other scientists have come along to these fishermen and asked them to take them to sea or asked them for their catch data, and they don't really see a return on the data, whereas in this project we are trying to every few months feedback data we found, because at the end of the day it's data that the fishermen own, if you like.
I've been crabbing since the age of 16, which is 27 years now. I'm a skipper owner of the vessel Daverick One who fishes out of Salcombe. We work 800 pots. I have my son Patrick Dornimer and another lad, Scottish lad, Robert Johnson, who fish alongside with me on the boat, crew for me. Everybody was very suspicious in my mind of people coming along on a boat. What do they want to know? Why they want to do it? I think in the few recent years, with the case with Rob Bly coming along, and what with quotas perhaps coming and marine protected areas and SACs and that, I think now fishermen and scientists have got to work together.
Having Emma for the GAP2 project on my boat has been very interesting. Some of the statistics and the analysis she's given us and shown us on the crab has not only re-established some of our thoughts and ideas, it's also raised new points of interest. What I see happening to the future in this fishery is some kind of management measure coming in, be it a quota, be it a pot limitation, some kind of, or an effort cap, something to limit our amount of fish that we can catch, because the route of conservation is leading us down that road. It seems like we're going that way. I wouldn't mind that, as long as we receive an economic benefit from a measure like that. So as long as the price of a crab or the price of a lobster went up, then I'm quite happy for us to go through a conservation measure, pot limitation, David C. It would be, I'll be quite happy with that.
I think the fishermen's opinions of scientists may have changed slightly, but that's only due to the people the individual basis, because people deal with people at the end of the day. And we're not really affiliated, well, we're not affiliated with the MMO or any sort of management organisation. So, yes, I am a scientist, but it's not, I'm not perceived as a threat almost, so they're possibly more open and welcoming, because they know it's for my benefit of the PhD and the GAP project, which we're trying to help them, not impose anything.
We've got to work with scientists, we've got to work with people like Emma and Paul and yourself and carry on the project, and if we can get some good out of it, all well and good for both parties. If the scientific proof is there, when the government says this isn't right, we can throw, as scientists and as fishermen, the paper in front of them and say, hang on a moment, we've taken time, we've had people on our boats. So yeah, I think it could grow and be better as life goes on for everybody, because the scientists need us, but we need the scientists as well.